Hello and welcome to a meditation that is called Workshop 1 in the Spiritualists Handbook, and it was pointed out to me today by a reader of this book that while he wanted to complete the meditation, which is by the way on page 113, he found it difficult because he had to keep going back to the book to see what was going to occur. And I thought that was a shortcoming that I hadn't thought about. And yes, of course, while I was hoping that people would memorize the situation, of course it's easier said than done. And I should know that myself because of all the years that I spent in development circles and having wonderful guided meditations. So, of course, sometimes we can't do that anymore. We are online or on the social media, and like yourselves listening into this. So I've also embellished it slightly by mentioning that what I'd left out was get yourself a drink of water first before you begin, as well as, of course, finding a very, very quiet place. So I'll just read it to you as it's written, and then hopefully you'll be able to undertake that meditation now and in the future. So I'll just read what I've written. Sit up as straight as you can in your chair. Well, of course, if you're lying down, that's fine. And I then say tuck in the bottom of your spine against the back with both feet squarely on the ground or on a footstool if your legs don't reach. Well, again, if you are lying down, usually that's fine. And you place your hands, palms down, one on each thigh. Well, again, given that you're able to do that, otherwise there is no matter. It's just to make sure that you're not sort of closing yourself off in a way by your physical actions. Now, this is very important. I say to yourself, everything I do only for good, love, light, and in truth. This is something you must do all the time, and you will be able to memorize it, trust me. Everything I do only for good, light and love, and in truth. And then I take you through the first stages of the meditation, and we go along. I'll read out to you, but then we'll go through it ourselves, won't we? What we're going to do. And I also mentioned that we should play a little, perhaps, classical music as a background while you meditate, which is what you'll be doing. And then I tell you, now imagine that a shaft of light has appeared in front of you, going from the floor up to the ceiling and beyond. Picture in your mind's eye that you get up from your chair and walk into that light, which is warm and welcoming and peaceful. When you're in the shaft of light, it's just like being in a lift, a very nice lift, and you feel yourself gently lifted up, and you know that you're going up outside the place where you were sitting or lying. Do not worry about getting back, because the door of the lift shaft will remain open until it's time for you to re-embark on your return journey. And don't worry about getting back, because the door of the lift shaft will remain open. There is a path which leads to some shady trees under which there is a bench. You can walk along the path enjoying the pleasant weather, perhaps hearing birds song, the rippling of a little brook, and perhaps the happy voices of children playing in the distance. And sit down on that bench for a little while enjoyment of just being there. It may be a guide, a helper, or a loved one may come and join you on the bench, but just sit there and feel good for a few minutes, and then it will be time to return. I will take you through this properly, by the way. Now, you must always return the same way that you went, without exception, otherwise you can feel spaced out. So you walk down the path back towards the light. You'll see the open door of the lift. You step back inside, and the door will close. You're once more enveloped in the light. Feel yourself then gently moving back down through the roof of the place you started out from until you know that you're down and once more in the room where you began your journey. You walk out of your light, back to your chair or the place where you started, your bed. Become aware of your physical body once more. When you can, feel the weight of your body in the chair or bed. Move your fingers, wiggle your toes if you can. Get the circulation going again and open your eyes and take a sip of your water. You can repeat this exercise on a daily basis if you wish. You may be joined on the bench by a guide, a helper or a loved one who has passed over. It's also a good idea, if you're doing this as a group or with a friend, to discuss what you've experienced if you feel comfortable sharing such information. Remember that you do not need to share very personal or private details, but the discussion of mutual experience is useful in development. If you are working alone, then it may also be of use to keep a diary to record your experiences so that you can look back over your progress as time passes. I'd say keep one anyway. There you are. So now let us embark on our meditation. And I'll start with a little music in the background. Hopefully it'll be quite not too loud. That's Liebestraum, of course. List. Get us in the mood, peacefulness. So close your eyes, relax. Breathe in, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3, out, 2, 3, in, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3, out, 2, 3, in, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3, out, 2, 3. Now imagine that a shaft of light has appeared in front of you, going from the floor up to the ceiling and beyond. Picture in your mind's eye that you get up from where you are and walk into that light, which is warm and welcoming and peaceful. When you are in the shaft of light, it is just like being in a lift, a very nice lift, and you feel yourself gently lifted up, and you know that you're going up outside the place where you were sitting. As the lift stops, the door opens onto a lovely country scene, and you step out onto a meadow of luscious green grass with beautiful flowers dotted amongst it. Don't worry about getting back, because the door of the lift will remain open until it's time for you to embark on your return journey. There's a path which leads to some shady trees, under which there is a bench. You can walk along the path, enjoying the pleasant weather, perhaps hearing bird song, the rippling of a little brook, and perhaps the happy voices of children playing in the distance. Sit down on that bench for a little while, in enjoyment of just being there. It may be that a guide, a helper or loved one may come and join you on the bench, but just sit there and feel good for a few minutes before it will be time to return. I will leave you there for a couple of minutes. Now it is time to say goodbye to whoever you have met on your bench. Now it's time to return. Get up from the bench, walk down the path back towards where you can see the light. You will see the open door of the lift. Step back inside. Step back inside. The door will close, and you are once more enveloped in the light. Feel yourself then gently moving back down through the roof of the place that you started out from, until you know that you are down and once more in the room where you began your journey. Walk out of the light and sit back in your chair, lay back down on your bed. Become aware of your physical body once more. When you can feel the weight of your body, move your fingers if you can, wiggle your toes, whatever you can to get the circulation going again, and then open your eyes and take a sip of your water. There. I hope that you enjoyed that little meditation. It's a very nice way to start your progress, or to actually do it anyway, even if you are fully developed as a medium yourself. If you're used to that contact with spirit, it doesn't matter. It's just a lovely way to spend a few minutes with the spiritual realm, with those you love, those who love you. And I know that you will feel more refreshed, more spiritually uplifted when you finish your meditation than when you began. So there you are. I hope that you've enjoyed that, and that it will be useful to you. And I have also tried to let somebody who complained that they only saw mostly the ceiling, I tried to include more of myself as they requested, although I did say to them they should be careful what they ask for. So I do hope that you have a good few minutes with spirit, and I can only recommend that, as I've said in the book, that you can do it as often as you like. It's very harmless. In fact, it's beneficial. And don't forget to say that everything you do is done only for good, in the light, in love and in truth. And then no harm can possibly come to you. I'll say God bless to you, your loved ones, both here and there. And I'll speak to you again quite soon, I trust. Blessings.